Hey, I know you watch a lot of hunting shows, and golly, there's a lot of them these days. Of all the shows I've watched, there's just a few that I remember. And I can tell you what, if you watch today's episode, this is one you're never gonna forget.
Condition, lights out, stomping all competition. My utmost to his highest, it gets no flyer. We set the mainframe on fire. Cold red, feel the lead from the pedal. I push to the metal, the dust never settles. F5 level, kick up the bass and the treble. Cause faith, that's a rebel. I can show you the devil. I blaze a trail like the rays from tail light. Sound shaking the ground like earthquakes and hail might. Someday I'll die, but not tonight. Excuse me while I light up the sky.
Well, I know in our place, when we only had one kill light set up when we first started hunting, and man, we had great success there, almost immediate, because the lights weren't so bright at the time. I mean, the hogs would come right in, they had no problem coming into the feeders. Now they're so stinking bright, you've got to let them get acclimated a little bit. I can tell you from personal experience, once you hunt the lights and you have success, you are not ready to be done. So if you only have one feeder and you go out there and you shoot a hog, man, you're amped up, you're excited, you wanna keep going, and now you have nowhere to go. That's how we ended up with 12 setups. Because once we start, we don't want to stop.
If we sit there and we're there for 30 minutes to an hour, the feeder's going off and nothing's happening, we ease out of there, hurry up and hightail it to our next setup. That feeder may go off at 11. The previous one we were at went off at 10. If it's not working out, we rotate and we move to the next one. That's how we were able to maximize our time when Chad and I are out there to bust as many hogs as we can. We don't go in there and blow a setup if the wind is not good for that setup. We don't want to ruin it for the rest of our trip. So there's a lot of thought that goes into this and strategy, frankly, for us to make this look so easy.
Elusive Wildlife Television is brought to you by Matthews Archery. Catch us if you can. Ozonics. Undetectable, undeniable. Black Eagle Arrows. Buck Oil Whitetail Deer Attractant. The Blindsider X2 Dual LED Feeder Bait Light. And by Elusive Wildlife Technologies, makers of the Kill Light. This segment of Elusive Wildlife Television is brought to you by HuntStand, the most advanced mobile app for mapping and planning your hunt.
You only need one of these lights. Any of the setups that you see us hunting, any light that we have on there, whether it be a kill light feeder light or our extreme kill light feeder light or our Blindsider X2 side mounted or the outfitters, any of those lights, only one is all you need. But, you know, we're trying to film this stuff. You know, we told you that before, but we're filming and we need the camera to pick up all the light so we can bring the clearest picture to the TV. By the time it gets through production and goes to the airwaves and everything else, we want you to have something that looks good, and that's hard to do at night. So if you're thinking about buying more lights and trying to make it look like what our setups look like, my best advice would be to take that money and put it into another setup. I would do that first. If you want more lights later, great. The more setups you have, the more success you're gonna have, and you're gonna wanna go and hunt more. You're not gonna wanna stop. You're gonna wanna continue, so you're gonna need more setups.
You know, Chad and I decided that we're going to go to our first setup of the night. It's called the Ridge. It's a newer setup that we have that's really cool. A big high ridge that drops down, real thick area with an open spot where we have the feeder, a low pro feeder, and have a couple of sportsmen and the outfitter set up.
There's always hogs at this setup, it seems like every time we get there. But if we're quiet, we can get in there and the hogs won't leave. In this instance, we could hear the hogs. We could hear them eating corn. We knew they were there. They kind of scattered a little bit when we got there, and I wasn't seeing anything, but I knew they were close by. We didn't hear anything growl. As soon as we got up in there, we spun the feeder, and eventually, man, he came in. So I shoot this hog, made a great shot, he runs off, and like always, it's automatic for me now. I spin that feeder immediately before I even knock another arrow, just in hopes that there's another hog nearby, and he's gonna forget about hearing that hog dying or seeing it get shot or whatever happened, and just think that maybe the feeder went off and it kind of dispersed the hogs. Man, I made a great shot on that first pig, great shot on that second pig. That remote worked for me again. It always does, man. It never lets me down. Neither one of those pigs are gonna be hard to find.
Want to see something funny? Get you a trail camera and a bottle of pig oil from Elusive Wildlife. Pour that bottle of pig oil on a tree. Then, put your camera up so it's pointed right at the pig oil. Set it to video mode and leave it for a week or two. When you come back, pull that card, plug it into your computer or card reader, and just watch. You can thank me later. You see, whatever is in this thick, sticky stuff makes pigs go crazy. They rub every part of their body on it. I've seen them eat, rub, roll, slide, and even fight over it. It lasts for weeks and they keep coming back. Pig oil is so strong a hog can smell it from over a mile away. Once you put a bottle out, you'll believe it too. You don't have to take my word for it. Get a bottle and see for yourself. Or better yet, how about a chance to win one for free? All you have to do to get your name in the hat is head on over to Elusive Wildlife's Facebook page and like, comment, or share the giveaway post. You can also go to elusivewildlife.com and submit your information to register. One winner is chosen each week, and it might just be you. Not feeling too lucky? They'll take your money too. You're going to want more than one anyway. So what are you waiting for? Head on over to elusivewildlife.com now before everyone else beats you there.
Man, I made a great shot on that first pig, great shot on that second pig. That remote worked for me again. It always does, man. It never lets me down. Neither one of those pigs are gonna be hard to find.
I know this looks really easy, and tonight it was, but man, we got in there quietly. We used the red headlamps, and we come up over this big ridge behind us and snuck in there. Obviously, this other boar was real close by. He never knew we were in the area, and he came in as soon as the feeder went off. And then I hit the remote, heard this other boar not even 100 yards away. He came in, that remote saved me. It got me 2 boars tonight, sleep all day and hunt all night. It's 1 a.m. and we got a lot more hunting to do.
Look, Chad shot 2 great hogs. We decided we're gonna switch gears. He's gonna film me now, and we're gonna go to Kim's Pond, which is an awesome setup. We have the stand only about 15 yards from the feeder, and usually this area is all wallowed out and stuff from the hogs hitting it. It holds a little bit of water. A lot of times we go into this set and the hogs are there. There's a pond that's really close by, so there's hogs in the area always. There's not hogs there yet, luckily, so we're able to get in the stand, but it's always a challenge because when these hogs come out, they are close. What happens next on this hunt is very graphic, but man, it's awesome. I hope you got that on film. Chad?
Yes, sir.
You know, you told me you were gonna be upset if I didn't do a heart shot. I think we did on that. And remember you told me because there was so much water here that it'd be a good reaction from the hog. Hey, I think we got that too.
That's the coolest thing I've ever seen. That tops the time at the
Hey dude, I love you, dude. Golly, man. Is that crazy or what, bro?
I thought he was coming to kill us. I completely forgot we're 10 foot in the air on an elevated platform. I was thinking we're on the ground, and I'm looking through the viewfinder. So you gotta picture this. Looking through the viewfinder, I've got white light in my eyes. I can't even see at this point. And all I know is he just shot this hog, and he's ticked off. He's breaking everything. Sounds like he's knocking trees down. Quite frankly, it scared the crap out of me. And I'm trying to figure out what to do. I'm thinking I gotta trip Scott and outrun him.
Oh man, that was unbelievable. I'm shook up, dude. Golly, man.
Elusive Wildlife Television is brought to you by Matthews Archery. Catch us if you can. Ozonics. Undetectable, undeniable. Black Eagle Arrows. buck oil white-tailed deer attractant, the Blindsider X2 dual LED feeder bait light, and by Elusive Wildlife Technologies, makers of the Kill Light. This segment of Elusive Wildlife Television is brought to you by Dixieland Outdoors,
Let me tell you something. Chad needs to check his britches, but I'm not gonna lie, so do I. It's one of the most exciting hunts, if not the most exciting hog hunt I've ever been involved with. I know Chad feels the same way. Chad and I've been doing this for over 20 years. Frankly, we've shot a lot of hogs. I repeat, a lot of hogs. That's the first time I've ever had one do that. That's incredible. Chad and I will never, ever, ever forget this hunt. We were freaking out. I've never seen anything like it. And the reaction that hog did and him splashing in the water like that, I'll never have a hunt like that again, ever.
That hog's not gonna be far. Because he's right there. It's a big hog too. Golly, we hit the feeder again to see if another one would come in. We had another hog back here trying to come in, but I think it smelt where we walked in. That's a good hog. Doesn't have the biggest tusks in the world, but he's got some. Now this is gonna be a little bit of a mess. I'm gonna try to pull him out. Oh, he's a muddy mess. Whew. I'm telling you, it's a good hog, man. Boy, look at that thing. Hey, that's what they look like when they dive in the water in the mud directly under the feeder after you shoot them and scare the crap out of you and your partner in the stand. But I think I scared him more. I scared him to death is what we did.
You know, at the end of the day, the end of our life, all we have is those memories, precious memories that you just hold on to and you think about over and over when, I don't know, when life gets tough. I can tell you, this hunt that I filmed Scott on and the experience that we had, man, it makes me smile every time I think about it. I've got it saved on my phone. Been talking about it for a while, waiting to put it on the TV show, but man, it's a time I'll never forget with a good friend and being out in the woods and sharing that experience. I tell you what, if this doesn't make you want to hunt under these lights, I don't know what will.
You know, I've been a hardcore bow hunter for 30 years of my life. I love it as much today as I ever have. In fact, I probably love it even more. And what's amazing to me is the technology that these bows have now. The larger cams, the amazing sights, the drop-away arrow rests. I mean, all of the releases, everything is so smooth. The technology is so amazing. They're so fast and so quiet and so accurate. But you know, here's the truth. No matter how amazing the technology is that ever comes out, when it comes to archery, especially and particular, it all still comes down to the fundamentals, doesn't it? In that all-important moment of truth, no matter how good your technology is, you and I both know that what it comes down to is a clean, smooth draw. Settle that thing into an anchor, settle that pin, and make a clean release. It'll always be about the fundamentals. But you know, it's also true in life. There are so many people in this world that are saying, hey, everybody's looking for hope, and everybody's looking for peace, and everybody's looking for joy. Here's what you need to do. Read this book. Go to that seminar. Go listen to this motivational speaker. You'll find everything that you need in these areas. But let me just go ahead and just tell you that no matter what comes out, no matter what new stuff happens, really life comes down to to the fundamentals. It hasn't changed for over 2,000 years, and it's never going to change. The Bible says that if we really want peace, if we really want hope, if we really want joy in our lives, that Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life to all of these things. It hasn't changed for thousands of years, and it's never going to change. He loves you just like you are. And if you really want to know the hope and the peace that life can offer, it only comes through a personal relationship with Jesus Christ. I hope you think about that today. I hope that would bless you today. And I pray that you would ponder that all this week and that God would do something great in and through your life. If you'd like to know more about a personal relationship with God through His Son, Jesus Christ, just go to elusivewildlife.com and click on the Moment of Truth tab.
Cut me like those words you throw.